Welcome to the Pencil Bob channel. I hope you enjoy the story. Remember to like and subscribe. And now the story. If you would like to read the story as well as listen to it, then please use the closed caption feature. In the annals of true crime, few stories are as haunting and heart-wrenching as the mysterious disappearance of the Beaumont children. On a seemingly ordinary summer day in 1966, Jane, Arnna, and Grant Beaumont vanished without a trace from an Adelaide beach, leaving behind a nation in shock and a riddle that has endured for decades. In the years that followed, the case of the Beaumont children has become a chilling enigma, captivating the minds of amateur sleuths and seasoned investigators alike. As we peel back the layers of this perplexing mystery, we find ourselves plunged into the heart of a narrative that has more twists and turns than a gripping thriller. The day Innocence was stolen. January 26, 1966, Australia Day. It was a day filled with the joyful hum of beachgoers, the laughter of children building sandcastles, and the carefree spirit that accompanies the height of summer. For the Beaumont family, it was a day that began like any other. Jim and Nancy Beaumont, parents to Jane, Arnna, and Grant, decided to treat their children to a day at the seaside. Little did they know that this seemingly ordinary outing would be the catalyst for a nightmare that would grip the nation. Glenelg Beach, with its golden sands and inviting waves, became the backdrop for the tragic events that unfolded. Jane, the eldest at 9, was tasked with keeping an eye on her siblings, 7-year-old Arnna and 4-year-old Grant. The children were given a few coins and set off to enjoy the amusements at the beachside resort. It was a different era, a time when the notion of child abduction was a distant fear for many. As the day unfolded, the Beaumont children reveled in the sun-kissed atmosphere, their laughter blending with the distant cries of seagulls. Hours passed, and when the shadows began to lengthen, the innocence of the day took a sinister turn. The clock ticked past the expected time of their return, and a gnawing sense of unease crept over Jim and Nancy Beaumont. The frantic search begins. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the Beaumonts' concern escalated into panic. The once bustling beach became a desolate expanse, the laughter of other families mocking their desperate search for the 3 young souls who had seemingly vanished into thin air. Jim and Nancy scoured the beach, their calls growing increasingly desperate, but the Beaumont children had become ghosts, leaving no trace of their presence behind. It didn't take long for the disappearance to capture the attention of the nation. The story of the Beaumont children spread like wildfire, a collective gasp echoing through a country unaccustomed to such heinous crimes. The police were called in, and the meticulous process of investigation began. The first hours were crucial, but despite their best efforts, the trail went cold, and the Beaumont children seemed to have disappeared into a void. The enigmatic suspect, Mr. Cruel. Over the years, various suspects and leads have emerged, each a tantalizing breadcrumb that might lead to the truth. One name that has lingered in the shadows of speculation is that of an elusive figure known as Mr. Cruel. Though not directly linked to the Beaumont case, Mr. Cruel's modus operandi, targeting children, meticulous planning, and a penchant for sadistic cruelty, has drawn parallels to the chilling events of that fateful Australia Day. Mr. Cruel's reign of terror unfolded in the late 1980s and early 1990s, leaving a trail of unsolved crimes in his wake. Kidnappings, sexual assaults, and brutal attacks on young victims marked his sinister legacy. Despite an intense manhunt and public outcry, Mr. Cruel was never apprehended, leaving a lingering fear that he might have been responsible for other, earlier atrocities, including the Beaumont case. The perplexing lack of evidence. One of the most confounding aspects of the Beaumont children case is the conspicuous absence of tangible evidence. No ransom note, no witnesses, and no discernible motive have left investigators grasping at straws for decades. The beach, meticulously combed through, revealed no signs of a struggle or a departure. It was as if the Beaumont children had stepped into the unknown, leaving behind a void that defied explanation. In a time before the advent of modern forensic technology, the investigation relied heavily on witness accounts and traditional police methods. Yet, the lack of concrete evidence left investigators stymied, their frustration mirrored by the growing desperation of the Beaumont family. The case seemed destined to remain an open wound, a scar on the collective consciousness of a nation haunted by the unsolved mystery. Theories and speculations. As with any enduring mystery, theories and speculations have proliferated over the years, each offering a glimpse into the myriad possibilities surrounding the fate of the Beaumont children. Some believe that the siblings fell victim to a stranger with malicious intent, while others posit the theory of an accidental drowning, their bodies lost at sea. A few even entertain the notion that the children willingly disappeared, escaping a life of turmoil. The enduring lack of closure has allowed these theories to persist, each gaining traction among armchair detectives and true crime enthusiasts. The absence of concrete facts has fueled the imagination, turning the Beaumont case into a canvas upon which countless narratives have been painted. Legacy of loss. The decades that followed that ill-fated Australia Day witnessed the Beaumont case morph from a heartbreaking family tragedy into a symbol of the fragility of innocence. The missing children became a cautionary tale, etching itself into the collective memory of a nation that had once believed in the safety of its shores. As the years passed, the Beaumont case became a touchstone for conversations about child safety and the vulnerability of those we hold most dear. The Beaumont family, forever altered by the void left in the wake of the disappearance, endured a lifetime of searching for answers. Nancy and Jim Beaumont passed away without ever discovering the fate of their beloved children, their pain echoing through the generations that followed. The case has become a stark reminder that some wounds refuse to heal, and the passage of time does little to ease the ache of a heart that longs for resolution. The enduring mystery. As the decades stretch into the present, the unresolved case of the Beaumont children continues to captivate the imagination of those who dare to delve into the shadowy realms of true crime. The story remains an open book, its pages filled with unanswered questions and the lingering specter of what might have been. Will the truth ever emerge? The passage of time has not dimmed the determination of those who seek to unravel the mystery. The case of the Beaumont children is a haunting testament to the indomitable human spirit, an enduring quest for justice that refuses to be extinguished. As long as the enigma persists, so too will the collective hope that one day, the truth will emerge from the shadows, bringing a measure of closure to a tale that has haunted the hearts of a nation for over half a century. Until then, the Beaumont children remain frozen in time, forever young and forever lost, their story etched into the annals of one of Australia's most enduring mysteries. I would like to thank you for watching the video to the end. To encourage us to make more videos, please like, subscribe, comment, as well as share. Check out this other video if you haven't already.